All right, so we're here in a very special place today, Kun, Q-U-N. It's one of the best Peruvian restaurants. I've actually been here a few times, have absolutely loved it, but this is the first time I'm meeting the chef owner, Chef Jose, and one of the owners, Karol. So they've told me great things about them. Can't wait. Just wait. We're in for a treat right now. We're definitely in for a treat. So let's go check it out, guys. So we're here in Kun. It's one of the top restaurants here in Bogota and in Colombia. So we got Chef Jose and we got Karol from Kun. They're the owners, the founders of this unbelievable restaurant that has it's kind of a phenomenon. We love coming here. Been here a lot of times, and so Chef Jose, Karol, you guys have an awesome story. Tell me a little bit about you guys, about how you guys got started, how you guys ended up here.
Well, I've been in Bogota for the last 3 years. I arrived here in 2018.
Okay.
The main idea of coming to Colombia was after meeting Karol in the last 13 years. We met in 2007 in Buenos Aires. We became boss and employee, and afterwards we became really close as friends, and like there was a lot of respect, mutual respect between both of us.
Okay.
She kept following my career the following years, and then in 2016 she contacted me from Colombia. I was in Buenos Aires, and she asked me to take the chance of maybe studying the possibility of opening one of my restaurants in Bogota. And she said, I've been trying to talk to you in the last month. I got your number from somebody that we know in common. I have the idea. I know she was working for eBay at some period of her time. She stopped working for eBay, and she said, like, now I had a dream a long time ago of having a restaurant. I want to pursue my dreams, and I want to do something with you. I found myself that I was always running ahead and like trying to be ahead and ahead and ahead. And when I found myself that I ran so much, I thought that it was worthwhile, it was worth it, but I actually had more chances if I go back. And how did I end going back? I end choosing this sort of like mythology from the
you gotta check this out.
The mythology from the Peruvian history is the god Kon, K-O-N.
From Peru. Okay.
The Paracas culture. Basically, that's how I become closer to think back to the roots, and that's how
that's how Kun came out.
This in Spanish is Kon, K-O-N, and in Quechua is Kun, Q-U-N. My experience of being Nikkei, which is broad, it's really broad, you know, it's a lot, but my experience of being Nikkei is respecting the land, respecting the nature, respecting the product, respecting the process. I can resume my Nikkei experience in that, and then trying to use this whole mythology in order to getting closer to the nature, to the land, to the origin of the Peruvian food, you know. So that's how I found Nikkei and contemporary.
This is super interesting how this came out. It's actually a hot ceviche, so that's not normal. Usually the ceviche is cold with raw fish, but this one's actually steamed, so it's his own version of kind of his background. It's got, I'll tell you right now what it's got, because it had a lot of ingredients. They mixed it a lot, and then we'll go trying it. But it looks absolutely phenomenal. It's got some sweet potato chips. Let me see. I see some shrimp, I see some crab, I see some fish, I see, I think there's mango. So it's got just enough kick. It's, I would say, probably a perfectly balanced dish, perfectly balanced ceviche, and it's hot, which it's not what you're expecting. You have all the elements of a ceviche, but it's hot, so it kind of messes a little with my head. And it just melts in your mouth. And the pirarucu has a little fat to it, so it's got a little, almost like marbling, like has a little piece of fat like on the steak, on the chuleta. So it's, wow, que plato tan perfectly balanced, amazing. So this is Chef's signature. He dehydrates a lime, and he has it tattooed on his forearm. And then in every dish, he has his lime, which represents kind of his dishes, which is a great way of doing it. Wow. So this was absolutely spectacular. So he grabs the meat from the claw, pulls it off, kind of macerates it, and then just kind of puts it back together with the cheese in the middle. Wow, what a ridiculously phenomenal dish. Absolutely perfect.
Bueno, este es el primer cóctel que hicimos insignia de Kun, de la mano de José Castro. Con él queríamos reflejar pues el pisco que es tan característico de Perú, la chicha de jora, que es también un ingrediente que sale a partir de la tierra. También usamos gulupa y naranja. Para unir un poco los sabores con Perú, usamos una tintura de ajíes peruanos, decorada con hojas de coca, que también es muy característico en Perú, en forma de abanico, que significa en Perú como una señal de agradecimiento.
So this is like Chef's Caribbean style taco. It's nori, so you have kind of, if you want to kind of see, it's kind of a tempura nori as kind of the taco. He has a little bit of rice, some avocado, and then he says it's like a Cuban style pulled beef. So I think I'm gonna eat it like this. That nori is absolutely amazing. It's actually, it just blends right in. He threw a little corn in there. I feel the avocado. And then it has some kind of sweetness to it from the beef. So I think the sweetness is coming from the beef for sure. And wow.
Este cóctel lo hicimos inspirados también en la tierra y en Colombia. Por eso usamos el ron hechicera, que es colombiano. Un licor que está teniendo mucha fuerza en Colombia, que es el biche, de la marca Manglares. Usamos limón falso, la piña también y un sirope de coco tostado. Para decorar usamos los restos de la piña, la deshidratamos, y el sirope de coco usamos los restos que quedaron como los sólidos y le hicimos una galleta para reutilizar todos los ingredientes.
This is Chef Jose's kind of like, he said, he says, I've gone to the highest level of ceviche building, and he's like, I had to go back to my roots to when I started as a kid. So this is his homage to when he used to eat as a kid from Don Chicho, which he used to make ceviche on the beach. And he said, man, I needed something for myself. I needed to go back to my roots. And he said, this is the one. So he said, just to mix it up, and then he threw a little ricotta on top. He said it's got a kick, but it's like a nice little kick for it. So let's go. So it has scallops, octopus, what else? Fish. I think just scallops and octopus. So let's go ahead and try some of this. It's that ceviche that just, it's don't do too much, just do what it actually is, and that's exactly what it is. The octopus is perfectly cooked. I'm starting to sweat, but it's that spiciness that it's not too hot. It's just right there, but it's got a fire, and it's lingering there. But I want to eat more. Awesome. Some of the best ceviche I've had in Colombia in my life. Amazing. right, so this is the main course. So this dish is special to Chef's heart because it's where he's from. He calls it it's Sol, the sun, of festivities of the sun. So it's a day that celebrate the sun, and it's an actual ritual that keeps happening in Cuscus, where he lived and where his heart is, where his son is. This is what goes in the anticucho, which is just a mix. He let me taste it. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever had. It's probably like 20 items. What goes on the anticucho, and then he has which the yellow sauce, which is representing the sun, which is huancaína sauce. He has beef with a little cheese of siete cabras, some shrimp, and some octopus. So I'm gonna try the beef. Oh man, look, it just kind of, I don't think I even need a knife for that. Oh man. Can't go wrong with some cheese on top of a steak, I'll tell you that for sure. So, that ají panca sauce, to die for. Absolutely perfect, absolutely like, I think it's an umami and just an explosion of flavors just kind of going on in my mouth right now. I can't point one specific one out. I just think it's an umami. It's exactly what it is. No. And then on top of it, I mean, the plate's already perfect, and then he puts, this is yuca cassava with cheese inside. So I can't even imagine how good that is. So let's another absolutely perfect dish. Again, I think it could be one of the best Peruvian restaurants I've ever been to in my life. To all you lovely ladies, this is what Chef Jose dedicated to you guys. An homage to women. This is a suspiro because of its delicacy. And it's your version, but it's of a classic one, but it's very, very typical. You said hundreds of years.
500 years.
500 years. Wow. Of tradition. And then you kind of made it obviously a beautiful dish. Look how beautiful this plate is. A plate is absolutely beautiful.
We have the base of the classic suspiro cream.
Okay.
On the bottom.
So the base of the suspiro cream.
And then we have the Italian merengue. Those two make a classic suspiro.
Okay, perfect.
Additional to that, I added this caramel cup.
Oh wait.
Caramel cup with a poured zero in it. And then you have these lime ice with chocolate cover.
We have the suspiro right here. So this is like the, oh man, it's kind of like a creamy dulce de leche type, which the meringue, he said it was like an Italian meringue. It was very thick, very, well. And typically a meringue, people think it's simple, but there's a lot of technique to a really, really good meringue. This is pretty badass. Like, so I feel like the outside is a very thick layer. Like, you can kind of see it there. It's like a very, very thick layer of the chocolate. Inside, it's like a lemon, kind of like a lemon ice cream. Man, but with that chocolate, it's amazing. What a perfect way to finish this absolute perfect experience. I'm here at Kun. I've eaten here before, but I've never eaten here with knowing the chef or knowing his background or knowing the owner, Karol, and Chef Jose, what they've been through, where they come from, how they've gotten here. And to be able to taste and hear the stories from them is absolutely fantastic. fantastic, and the food is absolutely perfect. I'm so glad I came. I'm so glad they welcomed me into their home. This was an absolute experience, probably one of the best Peruvian restaurants I've been to in my life. Kun here in Bogota, it's awesome. It's kind of like a hidden gem. You have to go downstairs. It's in a basement, so ask about it. It's QUN, very simple. Kun here in Bogota.